Before you start drawing in gCADPlus, it's essential to understand the two spaces that you work in, one called model space and one layout space. Once you know how they relate, your drawings become easier to manage, scale, and present. In front of us is model space. It's the single full-size environment where all design work happens. Think of it as a precise bird's eye view of the site. Everything you draw here is at real world size. Let me show you now. I'll measure the scale bar using the distance tool. The distance tool is on the standard toolbar. We click it and the prompt down in the command line says first point, and I'll zoom in now and snap and lock on to the first, or to one side of the scale bar and to the other. And you see it was precisely 20.9 feet. Obviously I'm working here in the imperial environment. This accuracy in this model space is what makes model space so powerful. Whether you're collaborating with a design team or preparing construction documents, you always know that your geometry is true to size. At this current stage, the design has model space where we sit now, and I've put two layout spaces in sizes commonly used in the USA environment, but I'll click on this one called Landscape Plan ANSI C. So it has some interesting areas. Firstly, we have a title block on the right hand side, and then we see the design proper. So if I select this viewport here, it has a scale, a view scale of 0.31. Now I'm working here in the imperial unit, so I can go to modify and set a fixed scale and layout. Down here in the command area, I'm asked to select the viewport and then nominate either the metric or imperial environment. So I type A for imperial, and now I can use some of the fixed scales that are available to you in the metric world. So let's try it out. We'll go 1/96, which if you were working in the metric area is close to 1 to 100, and things change a little. If I hit enter, that recalls the last command, and click again, and we're left in imperial. 1 to 96. Let's just try 1 to 64, and you'll see the scale change. And we've magnified what we see. And if I click in the area there, we move to a magenta box. So this is, in a sense, this is the porthole, and I can move that view. I can move that like so, and maybe a little more, and then display it on the layout. To get rid of that dotted border, just double click inside. So we could now print that design, and we could change the value there from 1 to 96 to 1 to 64. But I digress. So remember, model space is where you draw everything full size. That's over here, easy to switch from one to the other. And layout spaces are where you present your design and add information from your title block, describing the drawing and so on. Once you master the relationship between these two, gCADPlus becomes a much more powerful design tool.